Now, if you're digging around too hard in your heart trying to figure that out this morning, there's something wrong. There ain't no doubt. Miss Donna, do you know when your life changed? That's what I thought. I know when my life changed. But Mark, you know where you was at when your life changed? Miss Laura, you know where you was when your life changed? See, it bothers me that people think something bigger than a tractor and trailer could move inside you and you not know where you was when it took place. But I'm absolutely convinced this morning there are multitudes that sit on the pews of our Baptist churches. It's absolutely in the same boat that I was in. That have not played a hypocrite. You've not tried to fool anybody. You are just deceived. You've sat in that place for years. And I've seen too many of them. I know this is right. I know it is. I ain't wrote home and asked Mama to send me a note with permission. I'm telling you, the Holy Ghost of God says there's multitudes that sit on our pews. They ain't never been born again. Amen. But they've done what I've done. They went to an altar and they've said a prayer. And they've honestly, sincerely done everything they knew to do. And everything they knew they were supposed to do. And it made them feel better, but it didn't fix their life. If you go through that change, it don't make any difference this morning. If you were 7 years old or 70 years old, there'll be such a change in you that everybody around you will know something's happened. I've seen little children get saved by the grace of God, and their whole countenance changed. Their whole attitudes changed. I mean, their daily life changes who they are. And there's folks that'll sit on our pews and they'll fight with that thing. And they'll want to go back and hold on to some little old childhood profession that didn't change their life. And then when somebody really gets saved and gets the glory of God on them, they've got no rejoicing in them. They've got nothing inside them that causes them to rejoice in what's taking place. They can't worship. And this old false worship, this old false mess, you know, this shimmy, shaking, and swinging, swaying stuff, well, they can get in on all that stuff. You know, and there's some songs that move their emotions. But the real worship, they can't worship. That'll separate the men from the boys right there. There's real worship. I'm going to ask you a question this morning. I'm being just honest as I know how. I've just told you my heart. I've tried to obey God and do what God told me to do this morning. I've told you about when God saved me. Have you ever had His fellowship? Have you ever had that time and that place where you surrendered? Not a ceasefire. I know there's a whole bunch of folks in here you've called for a ceasefire. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about absolute total surrender. Where you run up that white flag. I want you to bow your heads for a minute.